Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the wonderful Alfred Taylor!
Oh my God, yes! Hello! Crikey, brilliant. Thank you so much. Wow, I've been trapped behind there for so long. But thank you very much. This is all going to be new material, which is very fun, really. It's like sort of seeing behind the curtain of The Wizard of Oz, and what's the mechanics beneath? Who knows? Not to say that incomparably, like my normal material inspires like vast amounts of awe. But that'd be a rubbish thing, wouldn't it? If he walked away and they're like, "Oh, no, that's not what I was going for. I was going for ha ha." But anyway. Yes, and I did think in the film Wicked, I thought casting Jeff Goldblum as the wizard was a stupid idea because, that's more exciting to me than the big face. Like if I saw a big face manifest in front of me right now, I'd be like, whoa. But if Jeff Goldblum walked in, I'd be like, fucking whoa. But yeah, that's incredible. But anyway, sorry to kind of all cut you off when you were applauding. That was brilliant. But as I've gotten older, I've gotten very sort of conscious about the sort of rigidity of time. Like I've not got loads of time, have I? Really, it sort of passes very quickly. My granddad, he had one of them watches that didn't have any numbers on. It just sort of had like dashes, and I used to think, what a fucking insane maverick you are. But now I realise that I'm a drone. Compelled by knowing what exact second I'm living in every day. What the fuck is the point in that? Who knows? I think we should go back to just sundials and vibes. That was good, wasn't it? Be like, time to go. The sun sets in the eve, and nice, good. But yes, 25 is a big year, this one, for me. I've got a frontal lobe on the way, which is which is nice. Yay! Nice. I know, it's great. I don't know what's going to happen when it's fully manifested. But for my whole life, I always wondered if I'd just wake up and be like, oh God, I'm like really good at planning now. Or like, I know Italian. Whoa, like this is fucking insane. Like that's going to be my brain forever. Wow, fucking strange is that. But I got this problem though as I get older where I sort of compare myself constantly to people who are sort of more successful than me at my age. It's really bad. Like, did you know that I'm the same age as Ice Spice? I know. And so whenever I hear on the radio, you think you're the shit, you ain't even the fart, I always think there, but for the flip of a coin go I, But yeah, and very other famous people. John Keats as well, very famously. He died when he was 25, didn't he? He died of tuberculosis, I think, very tragic. And he left behind a sort of, I know, someone thinks that's funny, which doesn't seem right. But he left behind a very sort of iconic body of work. I don't really have any work, but I do have an iconic body. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. That was too much. Very weird. No, I'm joking. Anyway, but I don't, I suppose, hopefully, maybe if I die soon, they'll dig up all those, like, notebooks from when I was 11 where I drew loads of, like, knockoff Pokemon, and I'll be reappraised as some kind of modern artist, like, who knows. But I do some things that are a bit artsy. I do a lot of street photography, which I find very fun. It's a bit weird, though. It's a bit sort of voyeuristic and a little bit creepy. Like, that's what people say to me all the time. Like, you're sort of taking photos around the city. But I think the creepier thing is street artists. Oh, they're weirdos, aren't they? If anyone's ever like running up to me with an easel in their hands, I'm like, get away from me. And they follow you around for like 12 hours. It takes too long, doesn't it? And you can't be like I sort of admire it though, because you can't be like a shit street artist, can you? Like you can be, I can take loads of photos, no one knows what's in my camera. But if you like turn around the fucking easel and they're just like, it's just shit sketches, you're going to be like, what is this? Go home, you fucking loser. But no, I suppose, it's multi-layered, isn't it, really? Picasso, he said that it took him an entire lifetime to learn to paint like a child, which is sort of why his sort of later work is less well known, isn't it, really? Like it's all his sort of favourite dinosaur done in crayons with, like, mushy peas. Not as well. Everyone knows Guernica. No one knows Triceratops. But yeah, Picasso, he was also a horrendous misogynist, which is fun. Another thing he spent his entire life perfecting. That's the whole quote, really. He was like, I want to learn to paint like a child and treat women like dog shit. But that's like that. People don't remember that part of the quote, which is fun. People say he's a misogynist, but I did have a dream recently where he read me passages from Judith Butler very compassionately. So how do you explain that, eh? But yes, anyway. Anyone want to see some magic? Nice. Let's book it in, shall we? Let's have a big trip. Yeah. Sick. Cool. Fun. But yeah, people. Thanks. You can leave the feedback to the end. I'll have a little box at the end that you can put your comments in. Anyway, people say to me, they're like, Alfred, you were like born in the wrong era because of your really aggressive views. No, it's not. That's not why. And I sort of get it though, because like I do own a corduroy version of every article of clothing, which is fun. But I definitely wasn't born in the wrong era. And my key example is that when I was 6, I had appendicitis, and if I was born any other time, I'd be fucking dead by now. I know, it wouldn't be fun. For those of you who don't know what appendicitis is, it's what happens is that when someone tells you the fact that like the appendix serves no real purpose, that fact travels down to your appendix and it has like a complete existential crisis and it fucking explodes and it tries to take you with it. It's great. It's the closest a human being can come to empathizing with a twin tower. You know, it's good. This one was definitely an inside job, am I right? Because it was in my body, that's why. But yes, anyway, no, and I remember it very vividly. One of my earliest memories is like being on the children's ward in Gloucester Hospital. Well, yeah, because died of fucking, almost died of appendicitis. It was great. It exploded. I was like 3 hours away from death. How do you feel now? Anyway, but yes, and it was good, like sort of recovery period. I was there for about 2 weeks. Obviously, when I was 6, it felt like a fucking million years. I befriended another boy on the ward there called Peter, who was lovely. He lent me all of his Bob the Builder VHSs to watch, which was great. I was on such a fucking Bob the Builder fix at the time. Every time, can he fix it? I don't know! I hope he can! I really hope he can. But anyway, we were good mates, me and Peter. We would hang out. We would like play poker for cigarettes on the ward, leer at the nurses, you know. But yeah, it was great. And one night he sort of spoke to me and he was like, Alfie. At that time I was going by Alfie because I was a fucking loser. I know. And he was like, Alfie, when we get out of here. I really just want to stay friends with you. I will still be watching Bob the Builder with you when we're old and grey. And I was like, oh, thanks, Peter. That's a great thing to say. But it was not to be, because one night I was going for a routine checkup on my appendix scar, and something went terribly wrong. A nurse slipped and impaled me with a scalpel. And as I lay there dying, the blood seeping out of me, and I looked up into the white light, I saw briefly Peter's face as I was fading, and I called out, "Take him, Satan! Take that innocent child's blood instead of my own. Let me live, and I will serve you." And with that, I came back, and Peter was rendered a sort of bloodless husk. And now, whenever I step in a church, I smell like burning pork. It's really bad. But anyway, that's almost it. So ever since then, I've decided I'm going to live my life. You know, I'll live every day like it's my last. You know, like shuffling around in like a backless gown with a drip. You know, fun fact: the reason why hospital gowns are backless is in case your last wish is to be covertly bummed. Anyway. And before I go, I'll leave you on this, okay? And this is going to sound crazy, but anyway.